Hello from Japan. This is JLab. In the previous video, I talked about Eboshi's shocking past, why there are no children in Irontown, and the relationship between Eboshi and the other characters. In this video, I'll be talking about Princess Mononoke herself, San. I have seen several theories on the internet that San is actually Eboshi's biological daughter. Hayao Miyazaki has never stated so, and I looked up whether if any of the people at Studio Ghibli have confirmed this, but I couldn't find any proof. But there is something very unusual about this, so I'll go on to explaining why this is so unusual about San's past and the relationship between Eboshi and Moro. So let me start off with San's past. In the movie, Moro says, "I caught her human parents defiling my forest. They threw their baby at my feet as they ran away." This is the English dub, but in the original Japanese, Moro only says a human. So you can't really tell if there were two people or only one. I think it's obvious that the human was the parent, but the original script doesn't specify that either. As I've explained in the previous video, Eboshi and Jigo and even Gonza has a very detailed background, but there is nothing more about San than that one line. Knowing how detailed Hayao Miyazaki makes his settings, you can say that San not having a setting is kind of weird. Also, during the movie, there are a couple of flashbacks, but none of them are about San's past. With all this in mind, it would make a lot of sense if San was Eboshi's daughter. Eboshi has a very complex past, and it wouldn't be surprising if she had a daughter who she didn't really love. You might think that there is no mother who does not love her child. But Eboshi is not the typical woman. If she has a logical reason, she is totally capable of letting other people die, even if they are her own townspeople. She is not the most compassionate person. Also, you'll notice that there are no children in Irontown. The reason is stated on the previous video. But on top of that, it could also be that Eboshi, the leader of Irontown, has given up her own child or lost a child. If the townspeople know this fact, it is understandable that the townspeople followed her lead. Furthermore, if the theory that Eboshi is San's biological mother, it makes even more sense how Eboshi and Moro hate each other. Eboshi, the biological mother, and Moro is the one who raised San. In the first part of the movie, there is a scene that Eboshi shoots Moro. But before that, Moro should not have a huge grudge towards Eboshi. But from the very start we see the two characters, it is clear that they really hate each other and know each other. Moro says that she cannot die until she kills Eboshi. This makes it clear that Moro has a grudge against Eboshi. And to Eboshi, seeing her child raised by wolves is a visual depiction of her sins. By seeing San, she is constantly reminded of letting go of her baby. Another interesting thing that the movie does not reveal are the markings on San's face. If there are tattoos, who put them there and why? One theory is that San tattooed herself in order to show that she was not human, and that she will never cry. Another theory is San's mother or father tattooed her face when letting her go, to show that she is human no more. When you put San and Eboshi's mother-daughter relationship in the picture, it is a lot easier to explain the emotion between Moro and Eboshi. On the rooftop of Irontown, there is a scene where Ashitaka and Eboshi talk. Eboshi requests Ashitaka to stay and help her here in Irontown. And she goes on to say, "When the forest has been cleared and the wolves wiped out, desolate place will be the richest land in the world, and Princess Mononoke will become human. So, Eboshi thinks that San hates humans because the wolves taught her so. That is why she thinks that San will become human once all the wolves are dead. Right after this scene, San invades Iron Town by herself and attacks Eboshi. But you can see that Eboshi does not take San seriously. It is obvious that Eboshi is stronger and has more fighting skills than San. But Eboshi only gets San surrounded and doesn't try to kill San. She fights as if a cat playing with her prey. Why would she do such a thing? It is to wear San out and capture her. But Eboshi pretends to try to kill San. Eboshi is much stronger and is not taking this fight seriously. Although Moro hates Eboshi, there is a part of her who wants San to return to the human world. When San tells Moro that she will be Okoto's eyes, for the first time, San hugs Moro for comfort. This is the scene where Jigo and Eboshi are headed to kill the forest god. And San is trying to say goodbye to Moro, for she is prepared to die, helping Okoto attack the humans. Moro looks at San with her ginormous eyes. They both know that they will never see each other again. And then Moro tells San, "You know, that boy wanted to share his life with you." She gives San the option of living with the human world with Ashitaka. But before this scene, when Ashitaka told Moro that San is human and he wants to live with her, Moro laughs this off. She asks him how he wants to manage this. Moro is a character who doesn't say what she really thinks. You will probably notice throughout the movie that Moro doesn't say her true feelings. There is a scene where Okoto, the boar god, comes to Moro, and Moro says, "Okoto, finally a boar who will listen to reason." And at the end, when she sees Okoto turned into a demon, she says, "You can't even speak, can you?" But does not reveal what she truly means. This is in the documentary of the making of Princess Mononoke. Akihiro Miwa was playing the part with no conscience that there were deeper meanings in Moro's words. So when the voice actor said the line, "Okoto, finally a boar who will listen to reason," Hayao Miyazaki could not resist himself and sprang out of the recording booth to tell Akihiro Miwa that Moro, the wolf god, and Okoto, the boar god, were once in a romantic relationship. And then Akihiro Miwa says, "What? A wolf and a boar?" Hayao Miyazaki replies by saying, "Yes, that wolf and that boar were in a good relationship." And when he says good, he means romantic. And being told this, Akihiro Miwa changed the way of delivering the line. So, when Moro says, "Okoto, finally a boar who will listen to reason," it sounds more like a greeting to an old lover. Like when you see your high school boyfriend again and you say, "Here comes that idiot," in a joking tone. And when she says, "You can't even speak, can you?" it has a touch of pity and compassion to her old lover. But Hayao Miyazaki doesn't write any of this down in the script. That is why you would never guess this when you watch the English dub. I mean, I didn't even notice it when I was watching the original Japanese one. No one would have noticed if Hayao Miyazaki didn't say this when recording the movie. And if this wasn't recorded on the documentary, no one would have known. He didn't intend to tell anyone. Moro laughs at Ashitaka and asks how he's going to live with San. But in her heart, she wants San to live with humans. But before that happens, she needs Eboshi dead. Why is that? It's because Lady Eboshi destroys the forest and is more evil than the other humans. So both Moro and Eboshi are trying to save San at the same time. Eboshi thinks that when the forest has been cleared and the wolves wiped out, and when the forest becomes part of the human society and only a natural resource, even the once abandoned Princess Mononoke will be able to come back to the human world. It is easier to understand the whole movie when you think of it as two mothers trying to save their one daughter, and she is being pulled by both sides. There is another scene where you can claim this because both Moro and Eboshi asks Ashitaka a question with the same meaning. As I've mentioned before, Moro laughs off Ashitaka's request and asks Ashitaka how he is going to manage to live with San. Is he going to fight with her against the humans? Eboshi practically asks the same question to Ashitaka. It is when Ashitaka reports to Lady Eboshi that Irontown is under attack and needs her help. She laughs this off and says, "So it's don't kill the forest gods. Now you want us to kill samurai instead." The two scenes are almost exactly the same. They are mirrored, and they are almost the same meaning. This is no coincidence. Both are asking, how do you want me to live? What do you want to do with San? You want me to kill samurais instead of forest gods? Are you against humans, or are you on their side? So these two mothers are asking their daughter's future husband how he is going to live his life. And the questions are asked in irony. They both know that that is not what Ashitaka means, but asks him anyway. Is this what you want? So it's kind of like two intimidating mothers asking their future son-in-law, what do you think about my daughter? And they're both asking while laughing. This is because they are in the same position. They are both in the position of leaders of their tribe and a mother. Now I have to say that there is no actual evidence that Lady Eboshi is actually San's biological mother. But the story makes so much more sense if this is the case. Also, we know that Hayao Miyazaki doesn't write in the script very important backstories, like Moro and Okoto used to be in a romantic relationship. So there is no surprise that Hayao Miyazaki just kept this backstory of Eboshi being San's mother a secret and didn't bother to tell anyone. If this were true, though you can see that both Moro and Eboshi don't want San to know about this, both mothers think that there is no future for their daughter unless they kill one or the other. So by understanding Moro's past relationship, you can see that the theory that San is actually Eboshi's daughter is plausible. In the next video, I'll be talking about Moro, why Moro protects the forest, and why Moro is so huge and is able to speak. See you again! Mata ne!